What's going on, YouTube? Masterpiece back at it again, and I'm here with a serious topic, and it's a little sensitive, so a little disclaimer. I love to get to the nitty-gritty of things. I love to hit to the core of people's emotions when we're talking about plant-based lifestyles. Now, what do I mean by plant-based lifestyles? I mean everything you eat, you consume, everything that you wear is plant-based. Don't go for that leather seating in the car. Go for the fabric, save a life, don't raise the demand on other beings' lives of which we have no uh, uh, no uh, involvement in their creation with. Okay, so let's get into it. Um, I'm gonna give you an example of something, and I want you to think outside the box and think abstractly and try to relate it to what I'm saying, because what I'm saying, it definitely sounds bad, but I want you to relate it to what most people are doing in their everyday lives, and it's taboo, and it's definitely not something that you want to say in the open air, but definitely make a point to get it across to somebody. Okay, now, if you're walking down the street and you had some money, some change, and a person who appears to be in need of that money, aka maybe a homeless man, maybe a bum, quote unquote, if they needed bus fare and you gave it to them, and they took their bus and they went along with their day, would you feel good? Well, yeah, you probably feel good. You help somebody get to where they want to go. Now, what if you are involved in the community, and you know for a fact that somebody in front of you that's approaching you is a known rapist or a pedophile or a kidnapper? Maybe all three. All three. And they ask you for bus change. Would you give it to them? Maybe. I mean, maybe you're saying, yeah, get out of here. Here. But would you stop to think where they're going? What if you knew 100% that the bus fare that he was asking you for was actually to go to his next victim? Maybe he was stalking somebody, and he knew that they get off at 5 p.m. and he was going to be there for 5:05 to take them. And you knew this. Maybe he told you this. You knew 100% that your contribution to him would go to a disgusting act such as rape, pedophilia, torture, and kidnapping. Would you give them the bus fare? No, you wouldn't if you were a sane, loving, compassionate, thoughtful person. However, in the same token, you may consume dairy, which, by the way, involves the same acts in the same degrees. Rape, so that they can get pregnant again and make more milk. Torture, because it's just what happens when you when you put walls around something that should be roaming free. And when you see these videos of these people and what they do to the cows, even halal, so you're not getting off. Kidnapping, because the calf is of no purpose unless it's a female, and if it's a male, If they're not in the veal business, they kill it off because they've already got a bull. If they are in the veal business, then they take that baby, they kidnap it from the mother, and they torture it by keeping it in an enclosed area. You know this. And also pedophilia, because the things that happen to these young animals in some, if not most, of the concentration camps are disgusting. The castration, the prodding of the entryways and exitways of these animals, the unnecessary branding and dehorning and so and so, such and such. The dairy industry is 100% evil. And it's low vibrational. There's nothing good about milk. There's nothing good about buying milk at the store. Why? Because not only does it degrade your own body and cause mucus and leach nutrients like calcium, phosphorus from your bones, but it also entails a level of inhumane acts that are just unacceptable to a conscious, aware, compassionate, loving person. And these people will most of the time say, I love animals. Now, I'm not here to be an advocate for animals because there's so many other things that are pressing in our human lives that we have to get straight first. But speaking of human lives, if you want to be at your optimal awareness and strength and health, then you will definitely give up the dairy. And if you do not support rape and torture, then you will definitely give up the milk and the dairy altogether, the cheese, the yogurts, all of it. Because your money is going directly to that concentration rape camp. Why am I saying it quietly? Because there's people around, and me even just saying it can get, people looking at me funny over the fence. Alright? And yet in their fridge is a product of what I'm saying. It's the end game of what I'm saying. So who's the real hypocrite? You know what I mean? Like I said, if somebody that you know is going to go commit a crime and you contribute to that, knowingly or not, you are an accessory to the crime. Okay? So your money, your $3 for the milk, your $5 for the ice cream, your $4 for the yogurt, your $8 for the cheese, all goes to creating a demand that says numerically, I want more, and please continue. And if you are a woman's advocate, for women's liberation, or if you're a quote-unquote feminist, or if you just believe in equal rights, then there's no possible way that you can honestly participate in that any longer if you consume these things that A, are destroying your body and your children's bodies, and B, that is contributing to this is deeper than your normal veil, but is contributing to such a low vibration that's being constantly perpetuated and constantly reverberated around the planet. It's just like every day, day in and day out, it's mothers crying, it's babies being taken away, it's our children has asthma, our children has autism from the bacteria. You know what I mean? And now we need more vaccines, and who knows what's in that. Now we need shots. My child is dairy free. My empress is dairy free, meat free, egg free, because we wanted a high vibrational life. And we wanted our children, because we know better. It doesn't matter about what we eat. But when it comes to our child, we know what's right. So yeah, you can eat meat because you're addicted. But if you have a child, you know it's wrong. And you know that's why you will often encounter, as a plant-based eater, people who are not plant-based probing you. Oh, well, why didn't you go for? Oh, you want some of my steak? Oh, no thanks. Oh, you sure it's really good? How come you didn't get the chicken, whatever? Oh no, it's just I'm vegan. I'm a plant-based. Oh, you are? Oh man, I couldn't do that. That's so hard. How do you do that? Are you sure you're getting your protein? Where do you get your protein from? Yeah, but I heard vegans are lacking B12. All these things because they know inside their hearts. If not up here, in here, definitely not here. They know that it's wrong, and they subconsciously are projecting the future, and they know you are going to be having quote unquote the last laugh, which means you're going to be around longer to watch another comedy and laugh at it, or share jokes and stories. You're going to be around longer. You're going to be more vital. You're going to be able to play with your grandchildren. You're going to be able to fall on your knees and not break your bones. Okay? And they know, and that's why they can't get over it. They just won't leave you alone. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, he's vegan. Always poking fun at you so that you feel bad, so that you go back to your old habits, which is their current habit, which is the definition of crabs in the bucket. You got to get them crabs in the bucket. Gone. Out of your life. Boom. One time. Because they are holding you back, and they're feeding off of your energy while you're being dragged back, and they're staying on the same basic level and getting their amusement off of watching you grow and fail and grow and fail and try and fail. You know, they offer you that drink. They offer you that extra whatever. Because they know it's wrong. Because they know that what their money is funding. They know that what it's doing to their body. And so when you step out, when you take your money out of that arena of the torture, the murder, the rape, when you take your money out of that arena, you are controlling. You are helping to control the economy for the better. You know? Now you're going to buy almond milk and almond-based yogurts and coconut-based yogurts and ice creams. And the demand for those products, those plant-based products, are going to go up, and it's going to push the price down because it's going to be more competition. Okay? It's all going to work out. Don't say that you're just one person and you can't make a difference, because I bet if you're sitting there right now and you say, I'm just one person, I can't make a difference. I'm still going to eat the eggs. I'm still going to eat the cheese and the dairy because I'm just one person. My dollar, it doesn't make that much of a difference to tip the scales. Well then, why do you vote? I bet you're a voter. Me? That's my business. But I don't. I stay out of that whole mess. The whole concept of voting for the lesser of two evils is completely insane to us, and it's insane to the youth that are coming up. They don't get it. They don't understand it. We have to flush away this old paradigm of voting, of majority rules. You know what I mean? Okay, so 51% of the people are happy. 49% of the people are miserable. There needs to be freedom. Okay? There needs to be space for us to graze and grow and stretch out and breathe. And that is exactly what the animals need, and we are preventing them from doing that. We are encaging them. We are growing them to slaughter them. And they consume so much. Go watch the documentary Cowspiracy, because they consume so much resources, so much water, so much land on a daily basis that they graze on. They dump out so much toxic waste, tons of it. Anyways, how you spend your money shows your morality, and it shows who you are. If you spend your money at strip clubs and on cocaine and hookers, if you track your paper trail, you can tell that you're probably a dirtbag. You're probably no, I don't want to say dirtbag. You're probably just low on yourself. You probably have low self-confidence. You have low self-esteem. You've been hurt. You're alone. You want to make a change maybe, but you can't see past the bottle or past the pole. If you read a paper trail of somebody that's buying organic nuts and or organic kale and a hammer and a saw and compost mix, you know that they're probably a proactive person, probably cares about the quality of life, that they're experiencing. So what is your money saying about you? What is your expenditure saying? Is it saying that you are a person that is not conscious and doesn't care and is supporting rape and molestation and torture? Are you somebody that, even though that maybe you didn't know this, maybe you were oblivious to that, maybe you didn't connect the dots, but now that you've seen this or somebody brings it up to you and you are consciously still doing it with no real plans to change, by like in 2 days I'm just gonna finish this last carton. If you're one of those, I was the kind of person when I found out this, and when I found out about the damage, cut it off. You only have one, it's only one you. So if you're the kind of person that spends their money on this, even though you know that it's going to these malicious acts, these horrific events day in and day out, and your money is perpetuating it, and you still consume it, you still purchase it, it shows what kind of person you are. And I'm sorry if you're offended. Hey, when you throw a stone in a pack of wolves, the only one that howls is the one that got hit. So if you're offended right now, that means I'm doing something right, because nobody's ever broken it down for you that way before. If you're offended and if you're hurt and if you're saying, who are you to say that? But who am I? I'm you. And I'm a reminder here on this earth plane that, think about what you're doing, because you can't just walk through life, spend here, take this and take that. That's colonialism. That's narrow-minded. You need to stop, reflect, and collaborate and listen. Like Vanilla Ice said. No, but for real though, you need to realize that you are making a difference just by being here. Every time you breathe, you make a difference. Every leaf you pick up off the ground, you make a difference. Every ant that you take out of the water and you put on dry land makes a difference. So make a difference for this person, the self, not the car, because it's metal. You can just scrap it and remold it into a new car. Not your house. Take care of your house, but I mean, don't go ballistic over it where you're putting your body at risk. Care about this person first, and then watch everything else flourish. Okay? Because when you have the mindset and the energy and the good biotics in your stomach, backing you up, backing those positive feelings up, you're going to act on it. And when you act on it, that's when you make a huge difference for the good. So get off of the dairy, please. I urge you, on behalf of Mother Nature herself, the children, the future, think about what you're doing. Please get off of the dairy. And hey, like I always say, eat to live. This is Masterpiece. Like and subscribe, share, do all that. Alright? Peace.